BJP-RSS Neta triggers Samvidhan debate. Wants socialist and secular dropped.
secularism और socialism की वो प्रस्तावना में नहीं थे। पहले बाबा साहेब अम्बेडकर ने जो संविधान बनाया था उस के प्रस्तावना में ये दो शब्द नहीं थे।
BJP backs RSS over Samvidhan review.
दत्तात्रेय जी ने ही ये बात भी रखी है कि जो 42 संशोधन के बाद सेकुलर और सोशल शब्द, क्योंकि ये बाबा अम्बेडकर की देन नहीं है, तो डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर हैज़ प्रोड्यूस वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इन द वर्ल्ड। अगर वो उनकी सोच नहीं थी तो भला किस सोच के साथ ये शब्द जोड़े गए।
Congress cries bid to destroy constitution.
The RSS never accepted this Constitution of India and its foundational pillars of social justice, economic justice, political justice, saying that this Constitution did not derive inspiration from the ideals of Manu. It was not based on Manu's faith.
The big constitution clash, top focus on 5 Live.
Hey, good evening and thank you for tuning in. You're watching 5 Live with me, Suyesha Savant. We get to you the biggest stories that are making news this evening. First, a quick check of the headlines. Student gang raped at Kolkata Law College. Victim brutalized for rejecting marriage proposal. BJP claims Trinamool link. 3 accused taken into custody. Relief for Jagan Mohan Reddy. Andhra Pradesh High Court grants interim relief to the former Chief Minister in the death case of a party supporter during his political rally. Court observes that accidents happened even at the Kumbh Mela. Suspense continues over NDA TVK team up. Home Minister Amit Shah refuses to clarify on the speculation, says still time left for the Tamil Nadu polls. Karnataka Congress swings into damage control mode after one of its ministers sensationally hints at a cabinet rejig on the cards. Both Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Home Minister Parameshwara rush to play down rumours of a rift within the state Congress ranks. EAM Jaishankar hits out at Congress over emergency, says Indira never expressed regret for emergency, recounts Congress's emergency excesses. And first up, as a senior RSS leader called for removing the terms socialist and secular from the Constitution's preamble, opposition has claimed that the Sangh has never accepted the Constitution and their renewed call is part of a long-standing conspiracy to dismantle Ambedkar's vision. Getting you all the details in this report.
RSS General Secretary Dattatreya Hosabale has called for a debate on removal of the words socialist and secular from the preamble of the Constitution.
और एक बात,
while speaking at an event to mark the 50th anniversary of the 1975 emergency in Delhi.
हम सब लोगों को मालूम है सेकुलरिज्म और सोशलिज्म की वो प्रस्तावना में नहीं थे। पहले प्रियम्बल में नहीं थे। उन दो शब्दों को जोड़ा है। प्रियम्बल शाश्वत रूप से क्या सोशलिज्म के विचार आइडियोलॉजी के नाते क्या शाश्वत है भारत के लिए?
The BJP endorsed Hosabale's demand.
दत्तात्रेय जी ने ही ये बात भी रखी है कि जो 42 संशोधन के बाद सेकुलर और सोशल शब्द, तो डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर हैज़ प्रोड्यूस वन ऑफ द बेस्ट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इन द वर्ल्ड। अगर वो उनकी सोच नहीं थी तो भला किस सोच के साथ ये शब्द जोड़े गए।
The Congress hit out at the RSS and the BJP, calling them anti-constitution.
The RSS never accepted this Constitution of India and its foundational pillars of social justice, economic justice, political justice, saying that this Constitution did not derive inspiration from the ideals of Manu. It was not based on Manusmriti.
संविधान के निर्माता
The remarks by the RSS leader assume significance as the BJP and Congress have been accusing each other, attacking the constitution framed by B.R. Ambedkar and other stalwarts of the Constituent Assembly. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi had made Samvidhan Bachao the theme of his campaign during 2014 Lok Sabha elections.
The RSS and the BJP are trying to destroy India's constitution and change India's constitution. The Congress Party and the India Alliance is trying to save the constitution of India.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi, on the other hand, has time and again described the imposition of emergency by Indira Gandhi in 1975 as one of the darkest chapters in India's democratic history.
कल 25 जून को भारत के लोकतंत्र में जो काला धब्बा लगा था, उसके 50 वर्ष हो रहे हैं। भारत की नई पीढ़ी इस बात को कभी नहीं भूलेगी कि भारत के संविधान को पूरी तरह नकार दिया गया था, लोकतंत्र को पूरी तरह दबोच दिया गया था।
The RSS General Secretary's pitch for removal of terms socialist and secular from the preamble has now sparked off a new political face-off. With Sunil G. Bhatt, Bureau Report, India Today.
And this has given rise to a huge political controversy where both the RSS and the Congress are at loggerheads and the BJP in support of the RSS. But why exactly this constitutional clash and what had happened back in the day? So we all understand that it was in 1950 that the original preamble was drafted by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. Now what did that read? The words used in that were equality, liberty and justice. So the words socialism or secularism were not the words used, but that is how Dr. B.R. Ambedkar had crafted the constitution. But in 1976, this was amended. So the amended preamble that came into effect between 75 and 77 during the emergency period by the Indira Gandhi government, where the words socialist and secular were induced. So it said sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic, and this was through the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act that was passed by the Indira Gandhi government during the emergency. Let me cut across to my colleague Piyush Mishra, who's tracking the politics that is only escalating on this very matter. RSS demanding that there must be a review and the words socialist and secular must be dropped. But the Congress is saying that the RSS is up to it again, and the BJP, of course, in support of the RSS.
Well, certainly, Suyesha, we can expect this controversy to snowball in coming few days, because now BJP has also come out in support of what RSS leader has said. Remember that Dr. Jitendra Singh, who was in Jammu, he spoke on this and he has supported what RSS leader is now saying. And after this complete support which RSS is now enjoying from BJP, we can expect Congress to raise the entire issue. The parliament session is also to begin from 21st of July, and during the parliament session, we can again expect Congress to raise this entire matter, and the Congress is likely to seek answers from the top leadership of the Bharatiya Janata Party if it is supporting this entire matter. Already the Congress leaders have already started criticizing BJP and RSS by saying that they have always been against the ethos of a constitution. Remember that Congress has also wanted to say that BJP and RSS have always been vouching against what Nehru and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar said. So we can expect this to certainly snowball in coming few days. During parliament session also, multiple motions, multiple adjournment notices could be given by Congress, and once again the narrative building exercise will be done by the Congress party. But on the other side, BJP continues to extend support to RSS statement. Remember that yesterday RSS leader was speaking on the 50 years of emergency, where he said that these two words words were added by the then government, and now it's high time to reconsider this. And this has also come in the wake of BJP governments across the country observing June 25 as Samvidhan Hatya Divas. So we'll have to wait and watch how the controversy further snowballs, where both BJP and Congress are going to exchange fires over this entire controversy.
Oh yes, absolutely, Piyush. In fact, the opposition that is seemingly up in arms, another reaction that is coming from Tejashwi Yadav as the Samvidhan showdown heats up. Tejashwi has hit out over the RSS change preamble call. Let's also put out that statement by Tejashwi where he said that the BJP and RSS are trying to change the constitution. That is their intention, is what Tejashwi has alleged. We've already seen how the Congress has taken on the RSS on this very matter, and Tejashwi Yadav also echoing the same sentiment. Listen.
होसबोले बोले हैं हाँ होसबोले इन्होंने बोला जो प्रिएम्बल्स जो हैं उसमें से सेकुलर शब्द और समाजवादी जो शब्द है उसको हटा देना चाहिए। कौन है भाई? देश की आज़ादी में क्या कुर्बानी है जो तुम देश के संविधान के बारे में बोल रहे हो? क्या कुर्बानी है? अंग्रेज के चमचे लोग अब हम लोगों को बताएंगे कि क्या करना चाहिए नहीं करना चाहिए। एक बार छू के तो दिखाओ संविधान को।
So there you heard from Tejashwi Yadav, who's once again taken pot shots at the RSS for making a demand in the first place. Now we've told you the change that happened. It was in 1950, the original preamble that was crafted by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar that had not used the words socialist and secular. These were words that were introduced by the Indira Gandhi government via the 42nd Amendment Act that was introduced during the emergency period, where these words were introduced. Now the RSS is saying that there must be a review of this and these two words must be dropped because this is not what India is now, and this does not project how India is headed in the future. Let me cut across to Rohit Singh, who's joining us on the phone line with further details, especially with regards to Tejashwi Yadav's comments and how he stands strong with the Congress taking on the BJP and RSS on the very same.
Well, absolutely. Tejashwi Yadav has raised queries.
All right, not too sure if Rohit is still connected. We'll try and reconnect that line in a short while. But political reactions coming in thick and fast, where this has become a huge face-off between both the sides. The opposition up in arms against the RSS and BJP standing in full support of the RSS. As we shift our focus now to how Defence Minister Rajnath Singh spoke tough at the SCO meet in China after refusing to sign the SCO document in China for skipping any mention of the Pahalgam attack. Rajnath Singh has slammed Pakistan for perpetrating cross-border terrorism. He slammed Pakistan for perpetrating cross-border terrorism at the SCO meet in China and urged other member nations to speak out against acts of terror. He also referred to Operation Sindoor launched in the aftermath of the Pahalgam attacks as a response to Pakistan-sponsored terrorism. Mega India Today exclusive scoop that also reveals sources quoting Rajnath talking tough to China over India-China border issues. Rajnath Singh told his Chinese counterpart that the two countries should seek a permanent solution to their decades-old border dispute. Sources said that Rajnath Singh suggested a 4-point formula to manage India-China border tensions. The 4 points that briefly mentioned about disengagement, de-escalation, demarcation and delimitation, and special representative level mechanism to improve India-China relations.
India's zero tolerance for terrorism is manifest today through its actions. This includes our right to defend ourselves against terrorism. And we have shown that epicenters of terrorism are no longer safe, and we will not hesitate to target them. We should also take proactive steps to prevent the spread of the radicalization among our youth. The RADS mechanism of SCO has played a significant role in this regard. The joint statement of the Council of SCO heads of state on countering radicalization leading to terrorism, separatism and extremism, issued during India's chairmanship, symbolizes our shared commitment.
And let's now take you through the 4-point plan proposed by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh as far as the situation at the LAC is concerned. Firstly, suggesting to China that disengagement is key, where he said the disengagement process needs to be fully adhered to. Now, we've seen how in the past China has not followed the same. Secondly, de-escalation, that is again important because he said that efforts must be made to de-escalate the border situation. We've seen the border skirmishes at the LAC that have happened, that have been provoked by China, and that is the clear message that India gave. Also, demarcation and delimitation, where he said that accelerated process of resolving border dispute, because we've seen time and again how the LAC that India clearly states has been violated by China because they mark a different line when it comes to the LAC and where the border exactly is. Now, Rajnath Singh also saying that special representative level mechanism, to which he said that the existing mechanism must be used to formulate new processes, improve relations and manage differences between the two sides, because we've seen several military level talks and of course diplomacy that has been used as a tool again and again to be able to solve these issues between India and China. But China, of course, has been at the provoking end. I'd like to bring in Pranay Upadhyay from India Today Global to take us through the details of this clear plan that was suggested by the Raksha Mantri. And China, of course, can't be trusted given the violations in the past. But how was it received? Pranay.
Suyesha, you played the soundbite of Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on the SCO summit, and where he clearly emphasized on the issue of terrorism. But he did not only raise the issue of terrorism on the SCO forum, but he also mentioned this issue in his bilateral meeting with his Chinese counterpart, Admiral Dong Zhen. And why it becomes important? Because at a time when the Operation Sindoor is still on and in the aftermath of Pahalgam terror attack, it became very important for India to mention in the meeting with the Chinese side and convey India's sentiment as far as the issue of terrorism is concerned. Because what Defence Minister Rajnath Singh clearly mentioned, he also shared in his social media post after his meeting with the Chinese Defence Minister that we have differences, we have our issues, but further complexities should not be added into the bilateral context. And what he meant exactly here is that the complexities vis-a-vis the Chinese help to Pakistan, how the Pakistanis have used the Chinese military hardware against India, so that adds another layer of complexity in India-China relation. Besides that, he also suggested that India want good relation with China, but for that we need to stick to the plan. He has also suggested a 4-point formula, which you explained to our viewers. But what becomes important here, Suyesha, is that when he talks about disengagement, because we know that post Galwan issue from June 2020 onwards, we took almost 4.5 years to resolve that disengagement, and that also been achieved only to 80 to 90%, because it involves removal of all structures, removal of forces from that area. And that becomes important, that disengagement process need to be adhered to, and it should remain irreversible. Because what we have seen in past, that there has been force accretion, there has been force augmentation, and that should not occur again. Besides that, he also mentioned about the de-escalation process, the force accretion, the force posturing, also add tension in the line of actual control region, because India and China have a line of actual control of around 3,488 kilometers, Suyesha. And for that, to manage that differences, those differences should not become dispute. That was the key area, and that was also agreed between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Xi Jinping's last meeting, where this was emphasized. And taking forward the same line, Defence Minister suggested for certain further measures to manage India-China relation and not to add further complexities.
All right, Pranay, many thanks for getting us those details. And we move on to more breaking news coming in the Bengal rape horror. This is the latest, as India Today has accessed a copy of the complaint, where the victim has stated that the accused allegedly threatened her by saying that they would arrest her parents and expose her personal life if she did not cooperate with them. They showed her videos allegedly recorded during the assault and used them to blackmail her further into the act. The complainant has claimed that she was beaten, including being hit with a hockey stick, which left her severe head injuries. She experienced a panic attack, shortness of breath, and begged to be taken to a hospital, but there she was denied help. She has also stated in that complaint that the main college gate was locked, that prevented her from escaping on time. She pleaded with a guard, but she was not let out immediately. Eventually, she managed to escape and informed her parents about what had happened. A news conference taking place in this case. Let's listen in.
কলকাতা জেলার সবচেয়ে নিম্ন পোস্ট মানে যারা যেখানে আপকামিং স্টুডেন্টদের আমরা ছাত্র নেতাদের তুলে আনি বলে ভাবি সেই অর্গানাইজিং সেক্রেটারি আমরা আমাদের যে জেলা সভাপতি আছে সেই সময় করেছিল কিন্তু আপনাদের জ্ঞাতার্থে জানিয়ে রেখে আমাদের 36খানা জেলাতে প্রায় এরকম 50-80 জন করে আমরা
Kunal Ghosh, Trinamool spokesperson, Dr. Shashi Panja, who is the Women and Child Development Minister of West Bengal, and Trinamool Bhattacharya, who is a Trinamool Congress Chhatra Parishad, or the student wing leader. They're addressing the press conference. The Trinamool, of course, saying that they outrightly condemn the incident that has taken place, and they will fully stand by the victim and her family in her quest for justice. The Trinamool Congress says that the police has swung into action swiftly, arresting all 3 accused, and they will be dealt with strictly with all the strict provisions of law. However, the Trinamool says that this should not be politicized, crime against women should not be politicized, and that the West Bengal government has passed the new Aparajita bill for crimes to deal with crimes against women. That bill was passed about 10 months back in the backdrop of the Arjikar rape and murder case. However, despite that bill being passed in the West Bengal Assembly, the central government has not given its nod. The presidential nod is still awaited, and therefore it has not been implemented. So the Trinamool Congress is now attacking the BJP, saying that it wants to politicize issues like crime against women, and therefore by withholding consent to such a critical bill, they are basically creating roadblocks in delivery of justice in cases of crime against women. Trinamool Bhattacharya, of course, saying that it is that a person accused here who is a Trinamool Congress worker and the party does not support such acts.
শুধুমাত্র সেটা নয় এই 2022 সালের কমিটির পর এটা ডিস্ট্রিক্ট নিজের মতন করে সভাপতিরা কমিটি করতেন তারপরে
The Trinamool Congress distances itself from the main accused in the case, who was a local Trinamool Congress student leader at the South Calcutta Law College. The Trinamool Congress student wing clarifies that the main accused, Manojit Mishra, was not holding any portfolio right now in the Trinamool Congress Chhatra Parishad. The Trinamool Congress clarifies that the main accused was not holding any post in the Trinamool Congress student wing Chhatra Parishad. The Trinamool Congress says that it is not important. The accused political identity isn't important. What is important is that he has indulged in a crime, that he is a rapist, and therefore he should be dealt with in the strictest possible provisions of the law. Hitting out at the opposition BJP, the Trinamool Congress says, where was the BJP? Why were they silent when similar allegations of sexual misconduct were raised against the West Bengal governor? The Trinamool Congress says that today the BJP is going to town with photographs of the main accused with Trinamool Congress leaders. They are saying that similar photographs of such crimes and such accused of such crimes are also available with BJP leaders. Trinankur Bhattacharya, who is the head of the Trinamool Congress Chhatra Parishad, the party's student wing, clearly dissociates himself and says that he has got nothing to do with the accused. And there are, such images are always in public domain. A lot of people take photographs, a lot of local level Trinamool Congress workers take photographs of Trinamool Congress leaders, but that does not mean that the onus is on one specific leader. The Trinamool Congress is launching a counter-offensive against the BJP, saying if at all the BJP is keen on fighting crime against women, they should actually give presidential nod to the Aparajita bill, which was passed last year in the West Bengal Assembly in a bid to make stringent provisions in the existing Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita.
Indrajit Kundu there getting us the TMC's version, as it has now turned into an all-out political fight where the BJP is raising fingers, questioning how safe are women in West Bengal. This rape horror that has shocked the entire nation, as it is coming after that Orjikar case, the alleged gang rape that took place inside the South Kolkata Law College premises, where 3 people, including a former student turned staffer and 2 current students, allegedly raped the survivor inside the guard room on the state government-run college premises. Massive political war that is escalating. Here's that report.
Even as the scars of the RG Kar Medical College rape murder case still haunt the nation, another horror stuns West Bengal. This time, an alleged gang rape inside a state-run law college in South Kolkata. The 3 accused, including a college staffer and 2 current students, are arrested. The court has granted police their custody till July 1st.
প্রোডাকশনের জন্য ফুল টার্ম পিসি চেয়েছিল, ওটা এফআইআরে যেরকম অ্যালিগেশন সব দিক দিয়ে যেরকম ভাবে প্রচার করা হচ্ছে ওরকম কোনো ঘটনা নয়। ঘটনাটা একটা হচ্ছে এখানে একটা কলেজের ছাত্র রাজনীতিকে কেন্দ্রকে মানে ইয়ে করে ইস্যু খাড়া করে একটা অ্যালিগেশন দিয়েছে, এটা সাহেব বিচার করে মঙ্গলবার পর্যন্ত পিসি দিয়ে।
According to the FIR filed based on a complaint by the survivor, the main accused proposed marriage to her. The survivor, a student at the college, refused, saying she had a boyfriend. She was allegedly locked and threatened, and then raped her. She was injured while resisting the assault, and the accused threatened and blackmailed the survivor after the incident. The survivor, demanding justice, describes her harrowing ordeal. She had a panic attack after the sexual assault and pleaded for help. But the main gate was locked, and she was allegedly assaulted in the guard room. The accused allegedly recorded a video, threatened to leak it, and hurt her family. She was even attacked with hockey sticks. One of the accused, Manojit Mishra, is a TMC student wing leader and is a contractual staff at the college. As protest for justice gathers steam, TMC MP Kalyan Banerjee has shockingly shifted the onus from police to the victim.
মহিলাদের লড়াইটা কাদের বিরুদ্ধে? যারা এই পারভার্টেড টাইপের পুরুষ, তাদের বিরুদ্ধে লড়াই করা উচিত। কলেজের ভেতরে যদি করে সেখানে পুলিশ থাকবে কলেজে?
শিক্ষা ক্ষেত্র তো
আরে ভাই, শিক্ষা প্রতিষ্ঠানে কি পুলিশ থাকবে? আপনি বলুন না। যে যারা ঘুরছে, যাদের সঙ্গে ঘুরছে, তাদেরও ঠিক করা উচিত কাদের সঙ্গে ঘুরছে, কাদের সঙ্গে ঘুরছে না।
The BJP slammed Mamata Banerjee's government, calling Bengal a nightmare for women.
বেপরোয়া হয়েছে, এর জন্য পুলিশ দায়ী। মনোজ বার্মা, বিনীত গোয়েল, রাজীব কুমার দেখুন কি করছে গিয়ে ওখানে। কলকাতা পুলিশকে তো পুরো নিয়ে চলে গেছে। এই রাজ্যের মুখ্যমন্ত্রী চেয়ারে থাকার যোগ্যতা নেই। আমরা ইস্যু টেক আপ করছি এবং খুব বড় জিনিস হবে।
এখন যে রাজ্যের মুখ্যমন্ত্রী ধর্ষণকে ছোট ঘটনা, ওদের মধ্যে সম্পর্ক ছিল, কোনো মহিলা যৌনকর্মী এবং তার খদ্দেরদের মধ্যে গন্ডগোল, এই মনোভাব নিয়ে যে শাসক রাজ্য চালায় তার রাজ্যে এইভাবে গণধর্ষণের ঘটনায় ঘটবে। আমরা খোঁজ নিয়ে দেখুন, যাদের নাম এসেছে তারা নিঘাত তৃণমূল কংগ্রেসের সাথে কোনো না কোনো ভাবে সংযুক্ত হবে এবং তারা শিক্ষা কেন্দ্রগুলোকে এইভাবে নষ্ট করছে।
With crimes against women rising not just in Bengal but across India, can we deny that we have failed the Betis of India? With reporter inputs from Rajesh Saha and Anupam Mishra, Bureau Report, India Today.
And the question being asked, is global star Diljit Dosanjh out of the film Border 2? Now, according to sources close to India Today, Diljit Dosanjh has been dropped from the film Border 2. Contrary to reports, the decision was taken collectively by the makers and the actors, who felt the global star should not be a part of the film anymore. Now, according to reports, popular Punjabi actor Amy Virk, who has also worked in many Hindi films, is being considered as a replacement. However, the filmmakers are yet to confirm the developments. The actor, as you would know, has been surrounded by controversy over his latest film Sardarji 3, featuring Pakistani actor Hania Amir. The FWICE had released strong statements demanding Border 2 producers to not work with Diljit Dosanjh.
You see, first of all, it's not confirmed yet. We have not received any confirmation from the from the producers. Federation has not received any confirmation. There is no doubt that we are very hard on it. We are demanding it, and we are very aggressive about it. On two things: that this man should not be a part of any of our films, any of our shows here, events, anywhere, for that matter. And we have also demanded that the shooting, which is going to occur at NDA National Defence Academy in Kharakwatsla, he should not be allowed to enter that premises because he is a security risk to the country. He is a Pakistani promoter, and he has soft corner for our enemy country. As soon as we get an official confirmation from the producers, we will immediately issue a press release. Well, as far as our country is concerned, he can do whatever he wants to do in other countries. You see, it's a simple thing. We are not banning him. We are issued a non-cooperation. None of our technicians, workers will work with him, who are our members. So we stop banning anyone because we are not a court or we are not a government body or something like that. We have given a call of non-cooperation, and we will not work with him. It's as simple as that. You see, it's very important to understand that one has to be with the nation first. Nothing is important than that.
मेरी एक ही मांग है कि वो फिल्म उन्होंने पाकिस्तान में रिलीज कर दिया है। अब वो कोई भी मांग उनसे रह नहीं गई है। हम उनको चाहते हैं कि इंडिया में हमको काम न करने दें। दलजीत दोसांझ हमने इतनी रिस्पेक्ट दिया था, एक नहीं 4 उन्होंने पाकिस्तानी आर्टिस्ट लिए हैं, पाकिस्तान में रिलीज कर दिया है। पाकिस्तान के साथ जिसका रिश्ता होगा उसके साथ हमारा नहीं होगा। किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म पर उनका बाइकआउट किया जाएगा, क्योंकि हमारे पास 36 एसोसिएशन है, 5 लाख हमारे वर्कर हैं, मेरी पूरी फिल्म इंडस्ट्री है, और हमने उनके पैसे से ज्यादा देश का इमोशन है। 26 लोगों की जो जान गई है, साथ में उनके परिवार के लोग मरे हैं, देश का बहुत बड़ा नुकसान हुआ। इतना बड़ा पैसा उनके साथ पाकिस्तान के साथ ऑपरेशन सिंदूर में खर्च हुआ है, तो उनके फिल्म का पैसे के लिए हम परवाह नहीं करेंगे। उनको हम किसी भी प्लेटफॉर्म पर काम नहीं करने देंगे, क्योंकि उन्होंने एक बार भी सॉरी नहीं बोला। नहीं हानिया आमिर के रिएक्शन पर उन्होंने किसी तरह का कहा कि ये मेरा से नहीं है, ये उसने आर्टिस्ट ने कहा, और उसने देश के सैनिकों को कावड़ कहा, वो एक्सेप्ट नहीं है।
And well, on Thursday, I spoke exclusively to singer Mika Singh, who slammed Diljit Dosanjh and called him a fake singer. Listen in. पर मीका, बात अभी या पहले की क्यों है? क्योंकि ये इशू अभी का नहीं है। पहले भी ऐसे कई बार हो चुका है। इंडिया और पाकिस्तान की स्ट्रेन रिलेशंस हैं, और ये बात रही है कि बॉलीवुड क्यों बार बार पाकिस्तानी आर्टिस्ट की तरफ जाता है, उनको साइन अप करता है। हमारे यहाँ बहुत टैलेंट है,
जी जी जी,
बार बार ये नौबत क्यों आती है?
मुझे ये नहीं समझ आता, वही मैं हैरान हूँ। बहुत सारे बॉलीवुड के भी बड़े बड़े प्रोड्यूसर हैं, उनको पता नहीं क्या वहाँ जाके टैलेंट मिलता है। ऑब्वियसली हम सबसे पहले, हम दोनों की भाषा सेम है, गाने सेम है, पहरावा सेम है, आई अंडरस्टैंड। बट आपके पास इंडिया में इतना टैलेंट पड़ा हुआ, आपको क्या वहाँ जाके मजा आता? क्या खूबसूरती ज़्यादा है? और गिन के 4-5 लोग ही तो हैं वहाँ पे जो काम कर रहे हैं, आप उन्हीं के साथ फिर काम करते हो।
और बड़े बड़े प्रोड्यूसर्स यशराज, धर्मा, ये टाइम टू टाइम, इनफैक्ट धर्मा से हमने देखा है कि बीच में उन्होंने कहा कि हम काम नहीं करेंगे, बट फिर भी अभी अबीर गुलाल के साथ भी ऐसा ही हुआ। फवाद खान लीड रोल में थे। पॉइंट इज कि बड़े प्रोड्यूसर हो या छोटे प्रोड्यूसर हो, ऐसा क्यों होता है कि हमारे यहाँ बॉलीवुड के प्रोड्यूसर्स हर बारी पाकिस्तान टैलेंट को यहाँ लाना चाहते हैं, फिर जब ऐसे सिचुएशन आ जाती है तो उनको डिफेंड करते हैं?
वही ना, देखो, एक तो इजी तरीका है, आप कोई भी पाकिस्तानी एक्टर या सिंगर के साथ काम कर लो, फिर आप माफ़ी मांग लो, इससे आपकी बल्ले बल्ले भी होगी, आपकी प्रमोशन भी होगी, आपने शोर भी मचा दिया। बट हमें बार बार ये चीज़ें नहीं करनी चाहिए। और मुझे याद है फवाद जब आइफा में आए थे, मैं किसी हीरोइन या किसी का नाम नहीं लूँगा, आइफा अवार्ड्स में वो ऐसे कर रहे थे जैसे वो अमिताभ बच्चन से भी कोई बहुत बड़ा स्टार आ गया, इतनी इज्जत, इतना झुक झुक के वो कर रहे हैं। आई डोंट नो क्या इनकी प्रॉब्लम है। जब भी आप रियलिटी शो में जाते हैं, आप इंडियन आइडल में जाते हैं, सारेगामा में जाते हैं, या कोई भी जो रियलिटी शो है, इतने प्यारे प्यारे सिंगर्स हैं, ये बड़े बड़े प्रोड्यूसर, बड़े बड़े डायरेक्टर उनको प्रॉमिस करते हैं, बेटा तुम्हें मैं नेक्स्ट टाइम गाना गवाऊंगा, और बहुत सुरीला गा रहे होते हो, कभी किसी को उन्होंने ब्रेक नहीं दिया। वहाँ जाके इनको बहुत मज़ा आता है कि वहीं का हमें सारा पाकिस्तान की टैलेंट हमने आगे प्रमोट करना है। खैर, मैं अगेन पाकिस्तान या पाकिस्तान की आवाम से मुझे कोई लेना देना नहीं है। राइट नाउ मेरे लिए पहले हमारा देश है, जब हमारे रिश्ते सही होंगे बिल्कुल हम काम करेंगे। अभी रिश्ते सही नहीं है और गवर्नमेंट ही अलाउ नहीं कर रही, तो हमें इंडिया की जनता का भरोसा नहीं तोड़ना चाहिए और उनको बार बार बेवकूफ़ नहीं बनाना चाहिए।
पर ये तो टाइम एंड अगेन प्रूव हुआ है कि इन पाकिस्तानी आर्टिस्ट की लॉयल्टी इंडिया की तरफ नहीं है, जबकि पैसा इन्हें हमसे मिलता है, इंडियन प्रोड्यूसर्स से मिलता है, फेम यहाँ मिलता है, वो यहाँ से सब अपना जो उनको चाहिए वो ले लेते हैं। बट जब बात आती है पोजीशन इंडिया के लिए लेने की, वो लोग कभी ऐसा नहीं करते।
देखिए, कुछ सिंगर्स हैं, जैसे पुराने सभी जो सिंगर्स थे पाकिस्तान के, बहुत ही लेजेंडरी सिंगर रहे हैं, नुसरत फतेह अली खान साहब, जिन्होंने भजन भी गाया है, जिन्होंने शब्द कीर्तन भी करा हुआ है, और वो हमेशा इंडिया से बहुत प्यार करते आए हैं। और गुलाम अली साहब हमेशा बहुत प्यार देते हैं, सब जगह ऑडियंस को जाके पहले बोलते कि हाँ मुझे इंडिया ने बहुत प्यार दिया। लेकिन नए जितने भी आर्टिस्ट उन्होंने कभी नहीं बोला, वो कभी नहीं बोलेंगे वो वी लव इंडिया, थैंक यू इंडियन ऑडियंस। तो ये होना चाहिए उनकी तरफ, और डेफिनेटली वो अपने देश को प्यार करते हैं। तो दलजीत भाई, आप भी अपने देश को प्यार कर लो, वो तो स्टैंड लेते हैं अपने देश का, उनको लेना चाहिए, बिकॉज वो अपनी कंट्री से, अपने धर्म से प्यार करते हैं। हमें भी अपनी कंट्री से प्यार करना चाहिए कि अगर हमारे देश के लोगों को ये पसंद नहीं आ रहा, ठीक है यार, डिलीट इट। उनका पोस्ट वहाँ पे है, उनकी सारी बातें वहाँ पे है, एंड ही इज़ नॉट रिप्लाइंग, सो दैट इज़ रॉन्ग।
And while a chilling murder case from Telangana that is sending shockwaves across the country, a shocking tale of love, betrayal and murder, and very similar to the Meghalaya honeymoon murder that has come to light, this time from Telangana. A 32-year-old Tejeshwar, who was killed barely a month into his wedding. His wife Aishwarya, who is now accused of plotting this murder with none other than her own mother and her lover. At the center of this dark love triangle is Tirumala Rao, a banker who was allegedly in a relationship with Aishwarya, but also strangely in a relationship with her mother as well, Sujata. Despite marrying Tejeshwar, Aishwarya allegedly continued her affair with Rao. When Tejeshwar began to suspect the relationship, Rao reportedly hired 3 killers, paid them 3 lakhs and used a GPS tracker on Tejeshwar's bike to help them hunt him down. The killers posed as land dealers, lured Tejeshwar into a car and brutally murdered him with machetes and knives. His body was later found dumped in a canal. Meanwhile, Aishwarya stayed home pretending all is well. And let's take you through details of the key characters in this particular case that have emerged from Telangana. Remember, Aishwarya and her husband Tejeshwar, who had gotten married only a month ago that this happened. Tejeshwar, who is Aishwarya's husband, his rotten body, that was found in a canal. Who killed him? His wife Aishwarya, who was married to him a month ago, plotted Tejeshwar's murder, and that too with her lover. This is a picture of her lover, Tirumala Rao. He had hired killers to murder Tejeshwar. And remember, he was not just only her boyfriend, he was also her mother's boyfriend. Her mother, her name is Sujata. So her mother Sujata, Aishwarya and Tirumala, all three of them planned Tejeshwar's murder together. He was 32 years of old. That is a picture of Sujata's mother, who helped her daughter and their alleged lover in killing Tejeshwar. Three killers who posed as land dealers. They killed Tejeshwar in a car with machete and killers. Remember, the plan was that the wife Aishwarya will tell Tejeshwar that he should take her for a bike ride, and then later on she would have said that she actually got kidnapped, exactly like the Meghalaya murder case, and the husband got murdered. Let me cut across to Abdul Bashir, joining us live from Hyderabad with further details of the investigation and what the cops have said so far, where once again this case with striking similarities to what happened in Meghalaya.
Well, this case have come to light with shocking facts. Now here, the main mastermind, Aishwarya, a 23-year-old female who was married to Tejeshwar just a month ago. Now remember, in December, Aishwarya and Tejeshwar got engaged, and their marriage was fixed in the month of May. But one day before the marriage, Aishwarya just flees away and comes back to her house after 5 days. Now here, she claims that she was at his friend's house, and that is why the excuse that she's put forward was somehow accepted by Tejeshwar. But later on, they got married, and on this month, 17th of this month, is where the whole the planning was done, and Tejeshwar was called by contract killers posing to be land dealers. And however, Tejeshwar, who was a land surveyor, did not sense what was coming, and he had gone with them in a car where he was brutally murdered. Now the facts that have come out after this particular incident during the investigation is that Sujata, mother of Aishwarya, was having an illicit affair with this Tirumala Rao, who is a manager at a private bank, and that affair had continued with the daughter as well, and somehow he had convinced to marry marry Aishwarya. But Aishwarya had somehow planned, convinced Tirumala Rao that she will marry Tejeshwar, and later on, after the marriage, within a month of before the marriage, is where the whole sequence or the whole act had been taken place, where Tejeshwar was killed. Now, investigators revealed that there were 2,000 phone calls between Aishwarya and Tirumala Rao, the lover of Aishwarya, and they could the continued Aishwarya had also fixed a GPS tracker in the bike of Tejeshwar to track his whereabouts, and there were several attempts earlier as well to kill Tejeshwar. Now here on 17th of this month is where Tejeshwar was called by the contract killers. A driver of Tirumala Rao also accompanied the contract killers, and where Tejeshwar was stabbed and to death, and his throat was slit and thrown in an open well. Later on, Aishwarya, pretending that she did not know anything about this incident, said that she has no idea about the whereabouts of Tejeshwar when the family members of Tejeshwar had questioned. But however, father-in-law identified the vehicle of Tejeshwar close to Aishwarya's house, the maternal house. And there is where the whole investigation or the clues begun, and the investigators revealed that 8 persons involved, including Aishwarya, Aishwarya's mother, Aishwarya's lover Tirumala Rao, have been arrested and produced before the Honorable Court. Now, further investigation into this matter is ongoing, where further shocking facts are being revealed as the investigation continues.
All right, Abdul, many thanks for getting us those details. Remember, it has been extremely concerning because the pattern that is seen in such cases has been on the rise. In the last few months itself, we've seen cases of how the wife has plotted the husband's murder with the help of her lover. It was in March 2025, a case that shocked the entire nation happened in Meerut, where Saurabh Rajput was murdered by his wife Muskan and her lover Sahil. In fact, it was in a cement drum that they had murdered him, cut his body into pieces and loaded his body, and her daughter had suspected that something was wrong, and that is when she went and told people about it. In March 2025 itself, another case that was reported from Auraiya in Uttar Pradesh, where a 25-year-old man was killed by his wife and her lover, and this happened right after the marriage, 15 days into the marriage, that the wife and her lover hired a contract killer to kill the husband. The question that has been asked in these cases, why is it that the girl does not refuse marriage rather than marrying the person and then killing the husband with the lover? In March 2025 in Bengaluru in Karnataka, realtor Loknath's body that was found in an under construction site. Here again, the murder that was plotted by the wife and her mother this time. They were later arrested for allegedly committing this crime. Another case that came to light in April 2025 in Meerut itself. This was where the wife and the lover had strangulated the wife's husband, Amit, and that led to his death. And how did she do that? She placed a snake below her husband's body so that she could make it look like it was a case of a snake bite rather than the wife and the lover killing the husband. In April 2025 in Bengaluru, in Karnataka, where a former Karnataka DGP, Om Prakash, was murdered by his wife, where she had leveled allegations of domestic violence, and the wife later revealed that she was suffering from schizophrenia. In June 2025 in Shillong, the case that just happened, the entire nation shocked over Sonam and Raja's case. Sonam, the wife, who killed her husband Raja Raghuvanshi, and this with the help of her lover Raj. They hired killers, and when they were on their honeymoon, just few days into the marriage, that she plotted her husband's murder along with her lover Raj Kushwaha. And shifting focus now, as heavy rains amid monsoons that have battered several cities pan-India, the rains across the length and breadth of the nation that have brought the country to its knees, these on the onset of monsoons that have also exposed the preparedness level that states need to tackle to the rainy season. Flash floods triggered by cloudbursts have claimed 6 lives in Himachal Pradesh. Now, according to officials, the hill state has reported 3 cloudbursts, 9 flash floods and 3 landslides in the last 24 hours itself. Gujarat's southern region, including Navsari, are experiencing disrupted normal life with submerged roads and homes. A bridge was also washed away in Chota Udaipur due to increased water flow in the river. In worst hit Himachal, Chief Minister Sukhwinder Singh Sukhu has directed all top-level officials to be on alert and ensure 24/7 accessibility to the public.
There was a flash flood in Ghaniara, Dharamshala area on which third day itself today the rescue operation is on, and till now more than 200 people have been rescued from the Hydel project site. And this is the location where you see right behind here at 5 kilometers the Hydel project is located, where 13 people went missing, and out of which 5 were rescued one yesterday itself, and 8 went missing. And out of it, 6 dead bodies have been recovered so far, and 2 people are still missing, for which more than 100 personnel of NDRF, SDRF and local police are being rescuing it, and the operation is on third day itself. But you see the weather conditions are still more concerning here, because orange alert been issued by the weather department for till 11 p.m. Today. And you see the condition, the water level has been also been increasing after the heavy rainfall here, and there's always a danger for the localites who are residing nearby, and also the tourist people that are into such prone areas. And also disaster management and the weather department and the local administration have suggested, issued an advisory for the people to not go nearby this nalas and this Manuni Khad or rivers that are located in Himachal, and also they need to safeguard themselves from the landslide, flash flood and any other danger or the disaster that could take place in such weather conditions. And also now on the third day the operation is on, but two people are now missing, for which the search is going on, and also this weather conditions are more concerning because it's a start to the monsoon season, but this weather and the tragedies which has taken place, whether the cloud burst in the area or the flash flood or the heavy rain or the landslide, is somehow indicating that this time the monsoon is more concerning, is not usual as it used to be in these areas. With video journalist Girish, this is Aman Bhardwaj for India Today, Kaniara, Dharamshala.
And as we end this edition of 5 Live, we leave you with this report. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez's Venice wedding, that is the biggest party of the year, with over 200 VIP guests, 90 private jets, luxury parties across islands and protests on the canals. Yes, it's glamorous and controversial at the same time, but I guess that is how billionaires say, I do. We're getting you all the details in this report.
Venice isn't just floating this weekend, it's glowing. Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez are married, and they've brought slices of Hollywood, Wall Street and the Silicon Valley along for the ride. Over 200 hand-picked guests, 90 private jets and a celebration so exclusive, even the gondolas seem to be in formal wear. The wedding guest list is straight out of a movie. Oprah Winfrey is in town, Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner have arrived, so have Kim Kardashian's sister Khloe and Kylie and mother Kris Jenner. You'll also spot Leonardo DiCaprio, Beyonce and Jay-Z, Katy Perry and Orlando Bloom, Bill Gates, Queen Rani of Jordan, celebrating the power couple. With Bezos wearing a formal tuxedo, Sanchez is saving her bridal reveal, but the word is she might be wearing Dolce & Gabbana. No surprises there. The celebrations kicked off with dinner under the stars at Madonna dell'Orto, a 14th century church. Next stop, a lavish party on the private island of San Giorgio, and the grand finale at the historic Arsenal shipyard after protest threats forced a venue change. Yes, there were protests including crocodile floaties in the canals and banners against Bezos. But inside, it's all glam. Think of local glass gifts, fancy pastries and 200 designer gift bags. But here's the twist. The wedding isn't even legal in Italy. That part will happen later. But if this is just the warm-up, it might be the most expensive wedding rehearsal ever. Bureau Report, India Today.